Now moving on to USD Swiss, we can see on the daily time frame that we had that break of structuring towards the upside, and this is the current swing range that we are trading within. We've also had this internal break of structure here, which says to me that this low here is a protected low, and if we were to break that, I would potentially reevaluate my bias. But for now, as you can see, we are trading after this break of structure, and I sound like a broken record when it comes to this pair, but I would prefer to see some downside. I know that the probability of that happening with the SNB intervening into the currency to make it a little bit weaker, whilst we see a lot of support on the US dollar. But for me, I don't just want to force a trade, and for me, I need a significant point of liquidity to get taken to start framing that potential long idea. If we go down onto the 4-hour time frame, what we can see is it is relatively similar to the daily. We've had this break of structure, swing low, swing high. We're overextended. We're after this break of structure. It makes sense to me to see some downside. You could look at trading this internal trend that we're seeing. It is a potential. I know some people have been and been getting good results, but for me personally, I don't like trading after a break of structure for continuations. So what I would prefer to see is some downside, significant points of liquidity, and then I will frame that long idea. If we don't see that, then I'm happy just to sit on my hands and miss this move. There will be other opportunities. Now moving on to USD yen, it is rather similar. We've had this 4-hour break of structure, swing low, swing high. We're trading at 163. In the near future, we do anticipate that intervention, but for now, up until the 165 level, you could try capitalize on the trickle up, but just remember at any point in time it can reverse on you, and it will be pretty devastating. It will be a big sell in towards the downside when we see that intervention. And finally, onto USDCAD, we can see we've had that daily break of structuring towards the upside, and this is the current swing range that we are trading within. Now, this is a very overextended move, and there is only two significant points of liquidity that we can see where I would want to look for that next long position. We're quite some distance away from that, and therefore it may be that what we would see instead is just some price action like this, which says to me that we are ready to start pushing up. However, obviously the higher probability longs will come from points of liquidity. If we go down onto the 4-hour time frame, it is a rather similar picture. This is the analysis from yesterday, which I do still stand by. We've had the 4-hour break, swing low, swing high. I want to see some significant points of liquidity get taken to look for that next upside move.